Okay, let's start. Bringing the energy of the group into the angel cards. I'm going to bring about a intention for our session today. Purpose is the intention today. So just taking a moment to close the eyes and find that place of purpose within you, even if it's a little bit scattered right now, that's okay. You can anchor that purpose in the class today, the purpose of self-care, purpose of feeding that part of ours that wants sweetness, that wants only the treats. Today is Halloween, and all the kids are going to go, for sure this kid is going to go at night, trick or treating. And that was, walking here today, I was thinking about trick or treating, how in life we go about trick or treating, like we can choose sweetness or tricking, all day, every day. And unfortunately, for some reason, our brain is a little bit biased. It tends to go towards the tricking. When there's something negative happening, we tend to really latch onto that. And to invite more sweetness into our lives. So our session today is going to be about that. I thought like, well, I didn't want chocolate. Let me bring something more special, more even sweeter than chocolate. Now I'm going to bring you today, during our session, an excursion through the sweetness of our body. So we're going to really work with parts of our body that secrete sweetness. Now in yoga, we believe that, especially the pineal and the feel like this, the pineal and the pituitary glands, they are very special for yoga. They are connected with the third chakra, the Bindu chakra. And according to yoga, the pineal gland secretes exactly where the pineal gland is. It's like a phallic shape. It secretes some nectar that we call amrita in Hindi, in Sanskrit, and in Greek we call it ambrosia. And I don't know if you know the myth, but the goddess Athena, she sprinkled in Penelope some of that nectar, and her wrinkles went away. She rejuvenated her hair, her voice, everything was new. And that is symbolic of that state of awaken, of rejuvenation we can have. So we're going to work today on activating that sweetness, that nectar that we call the eternal nectar within each one of us, by stimulating those glands, but more specifically working with the chakras. They coincide with the glands. It's amazing how much the endocrine system coincides with the chakras. For me, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, how did the yogis knew that? There was no X-ray, no MRI, So it was very interesting to see how they completely are joined together. So activating those places of sweetness throughout the practice. So closing the eyes, taking a deep breath in, exhaling fully. Inhale deeply through the nose, exhale out. Inhale nose. Beginning to scan through the body, relaxing buttocks and anus, the pelvic floor, relax, stomach area. The center of your chest, your emotions, relax your shoulders, lower jaw, allowing the tongue to rest at the bottom of your mouth. Relax your forehead. The space between your eyebrows, already calling the attention to that area. We call it third eye, or Bindu chakra. The top of the head as a whole, your body as a whole. Relax it. We're going to chant the mantra Om 3 times together now. First chanting, connecting harmony in the physical body. Second chanting, connecting harmony in the outside environment, people you meet or relationships. And during the third chanting, connecting harmony with your being of light, with the source of universal love. vibrations of Natron throughout the body, filling up the whole body with harmony. Harmony. Very good. Let's go into knees and hands and going straight into downward dog. The most practiced pose in America. Everybody going into downward dog, spreading your feet to the sides, allowing your neck to drop. Spread your fingers fully to allow for safety for your wrists. And we're practicing this to start bringing blood flow to our head and giving a nice stretch to the whole back of the body. And if your knees don't want to be all straight right now, that's fine. They don't need to. You can bend them a little bit, and maybe you want to bend one knee at a time to feel how it feels on your hips. So maybe let's all do that. Let's bend one knee at a time there and feeling how that affects your... Natalie, keep your hands here. Yeah. That's good. And now I'm going to adjust you a little bit. So don't move your hands, okay? Okay. Perfect. Drop your head completely. There you go. Beautiful. Bending one knee at a time. Bend fully. Bend, 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 bend. Yeah. Do you feel how that stretches the hips in a different way? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And I want you to inhale. Send the breath to the very top of your head. Sending the breath to the very top of your head. Good. And drop on your knees. And drop into child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Spread your knees as wide as the mat. Beautiful. Forehead to the floor. Just drop your head heavy to the floor. Just alleviating your worries. It's so good to have contact on our forehead. It's such a place of worry. This place where we make the decisions in the brain, the prefrontal cortex. Just let it rest. There is no decision to be made right now. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just feel the forehead in touch with the floor. Or if you will, just rest your forehead on the giant lap of Mother Earth. On the floor, on the mat, just releasing your worries, your thoughts. So trick or treating is hard work. To get your sweets, it doesn't come easily. Just like the kids will have to be going from door to door tonight, you too have to be aware now of the houses to knock onto and not to knock onto. So when coming to thoughts, choosing the thoughts that you want to cultivate, and maybe taking today to do just that, without judgment, without punishing yourself or beating yourself up, but just choosing to be more mindful of the thoughts you're going to have today, throughout this day, only until bedtime, or maybe for the next hour after the session. Make a pact with you right now, how much you want to commit to sweetness today. And by that I mean that you're going to be watchful and alert and guiding of the kind of thoughts you want to cultivate today. So, for instance, if you see yourself ruminating about grocery list or about politics or about that friend that said that annoying thing, you're going to acknowledge you had that thought and you're going to let it go instead of excavating and digging for more. You're going to let it go and you're going to choose a thought that is pleasing to you. So for that, my advice is choose something right now to be your default. So when you can't come up easily with something that's sweet to think about, you can always go to that. So it can be your children's face, it can be a beautiful landscape, someplace that you have been, a memory that is, there's no dichotomy about it, there's no ambivalence about it, rather. So something that is pure, beautiful, just joyful. There's no debating about it. It's easy to fall into for sweetness, recharge. So that would be your default today. a place for you to rest. Just like the bird gets out of the nest and flies all day, it's a place for you to go back to at night or today, throughout the day. So making that pact. How much do you want to dedicate today for that sweetness, guidance? An hour? If so, which hour? Maybe the whole day until you go to bed. And find your default sweetness, recharge imagery. It can be nature, it can be anything that comes easily, that brings joy. A song, for some people it's a smell, so if you think about that smell. Good. Beautiful. And now we're going to do a delicious practice to stretch the back of the neck, but it's also to activate pineal and pituitary glands. So you're going to roll your head forward, just as you are. So you're going to roll your head forward. Your head is going to stay in touch with the mat, so keep your forehead on the mat and roll your scalp forward towards me. Roll, 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 roll. Keep rolling, rolling. Yes, until it's too much stretch on the neck, but keep coming, Suzanne. Yeah, I want you to feel that stretch on the back of your neck. It's amazing stretch. You're going to feel your whole back stretching, and then come back to your forehead. If you like this stretch, raise your hand for me. Some more or less, some people didn't like it. It's a very intense stretch, so I want you to try again slowly. Roll on the top of your head first, onto the crown of your head, yeah? But keep your arms active, so you're not putting the weight entirely on your head. Maybe that will help. So there shouldn't be like pressure on your neck necessarily. Your arms are active. And now keep rolling forward on your scalp, like that, almost like you're going to tumble forward. And see how that stretches your neck. How's that feeling? Good? Okay. Are you feeling the stretch here? Mm-hmm. Okay, and roll back on your heels. Okay, now sit up and take a look here. I'm going to insist on this stretch because it's really one of my favorite ones for the neck. It really is it's a lifesaver. So if you learn to do it well, you're going to like it. I hope. So you're going to put the top of your head like you did, and you're going to roll forward, and maybe for some of you the knees are too far away, so maybe bring them forward and play with that. Maybe they need to be closer or further. Experiment a little bit, and you're going to roll, and really the chin comes to chest here. See? And then back. So it's inhaling. Okay, and that rocking is going to not only free tension from your shoulders and neck, but also it's going to start stimulating that part. It's going to massage your scalp, so if you never had a scalp massage, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's also good for the scalp. It's like a massage for your scalp. Okay, let's try again. And if you don't like it, you just stay on child's pose, but I want you to try some more. Find your right knee distance. Play with that a little bit. Inhale forward, exhale back. Find your rhythm. Maybe you want to stay in one position longer than the other. Find what works for you, what feels right for you. That's most important. And I want you to bring awareness to the top of your head again, inhaling, sending that breath to the top of your head. So ultimately, really, what sweetness or amrita or ambrosia means in yoga is developing your intuition, that higher self. And that is so sweet. The sweetest of gifts for a human being. That feeling of connectedness with everything and everyone. Beginning with yourself. So as we stimulate that chakra, we bring about a release sweetness in our brain. Good. Beautiful. Go back into child's pose. Let the head be heavy. Maybe move your head from side to side like you're saying no. Bring your buttocks as close to the heels as they can go. Stretch the top of your head towards me. So creating this lengthening of your neck, like here. And stretching your buttocks towards the wall behind you. Creating that double stretch we love so much. Creating space on your back. Full of fluidity. And this divine nectar to flow. Our backs with worry, blocking the roads. Beautiful. Good. And slowly let's sit up. Legs crossed. And we're going to do that breath that we did maybe some sessions ago. It's very stabilizing for the thoughts now. So today, besides thinking about does anybody else want a pillow of some kind to sit on? So few meditation postures that are good. Leg crossed, that is Sukhasana. Sukhasana means sweet pose. Now we're talking about sweetness today. Sweet pose. We call it Sukha, and there is pain is Dukkha. So what are you going to choose today? Sukha or Dukkha? Trick or treat, So treat or trick. So this is one. The other one that's most benefic for women is one heel very close to the yoni, and the other heel on top of that heel, pressing the yoni actually. It's quite stimulating. It's good. It's good stuff, for sure. Yeah, so that's another one we can do. And there is the half Padmasana, which is half lotus, so one heel on top of the thigh. And there is the whole Padmasana, which is both heels on top, like that. But this is more like Instagram stuff, don't worry, because you can get too distracted, if they start to complain. And that's the opposite of what we want. We want just like you to be focused on what matters here. But those postures are important just to have a stable base. That's very important. Okay, so we're going to use the right hand to tap on the leg. And you're going to inhale 4. Exhale 4. So 4 tappings to inhale, 4 tappings to exhale. The other hand can be Yana Mudra if you want. So index finger under the thumb. That's helpful to retain your secret of energy. And the right hand is going to inhale 4. Tappings, exhale 4. You really have to control the amount of air that goes in and comes out to make sure it covers the 4 counts. And the counts are going to be even. It's okay if they are faster or slower than what I'm doing, but they need to be consistent. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Remember that tension is a road blocker. It's a party pooper. So relax wherever there is tension. Usually the places that we tend to tense up more and don't notice is buttocks. So relax the buttocks, the chest, the shoulders, the jaws, the forehead. So check those places. Make sure they're relaxed and carry on. Inhaling 4, exhaling 4. That's your go-to mind stabilizer. So to bring neutrality about in the mind. If bringing about sukha or sweetness or ambrosia, amrita is too much, try to bring about neutrality. It's such a great spot to be on. We very rarely are in that spot, and it's a great place to be. From neutrality there is so much creativity potential. Good, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. Inhaling 4. You're going to hold the air inside of your lungs, kumbhaka, or suspension, for 4, or retention rather, and you're going to exhale in 4. So inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. And I'm going to take you guys one step further. So we're going to inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and you're going to hold the air out of your lungs for 4. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, suspend 4. Inhale 4, hold 4, puraka, exhale 4, suspend 4, kumbhaka. Keep going, find your rhythm as always, very important. Beautiful. We're going to take a step back. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. That's it. We're going to let go of suspension. Just inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. Keep going. And now returning to inhale 4, exhale 4. Beautiful. Next time you exhale, you're going to do normal breathing, relax your hands. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I think I called this breath Xanax last time.
That's a good Xanax.
Right? No side effects. I'm very new. Yeah, so so throughout the day, so we're talking about making a commitment towards dedicating an hour of today or the whole day towards being really watchful of having positive, not just positive, but like really having thoughts that make you feel good. Now, the power of the thought is really something. Now, if I start talking to you about something really sad, you're going to feel that immediately, even if you're not living that reality. Oppositely, if you think about something really, if you think about your granddaughter, immediate, heart. So that can be your default thought today.
You read my mind.
You know, so that's something that to consider. You know, it affects our whole physiology. Now you really start releasing endorphins just with the thought. That's how powerful it is. Now it's not hocus pocus or like positive thinking. So it's really physiologically affects us. Now our immune system, everything. So today to dedicate that hour or so, and when it's feeling like, okay, I really have this problem, I need to think about it, time it, okay? Because we all have to deal with stuff. Maybe your kid is sick or something. Time it. Like I'm going to dedicate on the timer, not kidding, like on your phone. I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes to worry all my guts I can, about this. Write it down, cry, like put a sad music. 5 minutes, give your all. That is over. Maybe you need 10 minutes, that's okay, negotiable. But that is over, go back to, it's an experiment. Today you're going to watch and see how you feel in the end of the day by having this commitment of finding this default thought that it's joyful, positive for you, and trying to be there for other things. So today, for instance, when I was walking here, I almost cried watching these trees. Did you see the trees outside? Now with the sun and the blue sky, now you can focus on that versus like maybe I saw vomit on the way to, I'm pretty sure I want to be like, watching all day.
Yeah.
So I put it there. Now my little ones, they love seeing that. Life is a game of focus. What are you going to focus on today? It's your on the door when you go out, you see. All right, so moving forward, let's facing here. Continue stimulating our nectar of youth, our mudita or ambrosia. Going back into downward dog. And for some of us that's going to be too much on the wrists. So just as good as this posture too on your elbows. So you can go back and forth. It really doesn't matter. It just needs to feel good to you. So we're going to here we're going to exhale, and here we're going to inhale. So exhale, inhale, stretch. So the blowing of the nose, inhale. Inhale. Drop your neck. If you're holding your head with tension, that's not going to work. The inhale is going to stop right there. Do everything with your intention. When you're stretching there, really stretch the buttocks towards where the back wall meets the ceiling. And when you're bending, really deepen it as far as comfortable. So inhale, stretch. Exhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Your thought now is in between your eyebrows. Talking about directing the mind, that's where your thought is now, is in between your eyebrows. I know it's burning. Just one more. Beautiful. Drop your knees to the floor. Child's pose. Rest. Just feel whatever is feeling, whatever is happening on your body. Just experience it without reacting, without like, ooh, this hurts. Ooh. Just noticing, like a scientist. Factual. Objective. But notice this energy that's moving. And bring your mind and attention back to the space in between your eyebrows. Inhale to the eyebrow center. Exhale. Relax the body. Inhale, eyebrow center. Exhale, relax the body. This may turn you, fair warning, this may turn you into a witch. You may start reading people's minds and so forth. It's really good for activating your intuition. It's such a cool superpower to have. Inhaling, eyebrow center. Exhale, relax the body. The posture we did just now, it's also very good for digestive health and for strengthening the whole leg. So thighs, strengthens knees if done slowly and carefully, calf muscles, everything. And also your arms. It's a really great overall posture. Inhaling, eyebrow center. Exhale, relax the body.